Hold on for just a moment because what I'm about to reveal could genuinely transform the way you experience walking, your sleep quality, and how you feel stepping out of bed each morning. Over the years, mainstream medical discussions surrounding poor leg circulation, persistent leg discomfort, and that weighted, tight sensation most people past 60 experience daily has fixated almost exclusively on costly pharmaceuticals, elastic supports, and recommendations to remain sedentary. But what I want to demonstrate today is that one of nature's most remarkable tools for enhancing blood movement, decreasing vessel inflammation, and reinvigorating circulation throughout your legs has been accessible in the fresh produce section of your local grocery store all this time. I'm Dr. Williams-Lee, and throughout my extensive career treating individuals whose daily functioning and independence were quietly slipping away due to circulatory challenges, I can confidently say that today's information stems from legitimate science, peer-reviewed research, and observable patient improvements. Research conducted at UC Davis documented that particular plant substances known as flavonoids can boost nitric oxide synthesis in arterial tissue by approximately 68%. Nitric oxide essentially functions as the key unlocking your blood vessels, permitting unrestricted circulation. It's the most critical substance for preserving healthy circulation as you mature. That 68% figure isn't modest, it represents genuine transformation. I want to preview something important because the primary fruit in today's ranking is something many people dismiss as merely a sugary indulgence or actively shun because they've been cautioned about carbohydrate content. It's a fruit that scientists at Florida State University identified as delivering more vascular advantage per quantity than virtually any other complete food within their investigation. Make sure you stay through the conclusion because that number one option might genuinely astonish you, and it's probably resting in your refrigerator at this very second. I've developed a complete resource called Stand Strong, the doctor's fall-proof method for life after 70 that addresses circulatory health comprehensively. This guide is specifically designed to help older adults enhance circulation, strengthen their vascular system, improve their capacity for movement, maintain independence, and follow proven protocols that extend far beyond what a single presentation can communicate. While this video emphasizes circulation-supporting fruits, the ebook supplies the integrated approach to peripheral health management. Thousands of individuals have already acquired it and are witnessing tangible outcomes. You'll find the link in the pinned comment and in the description below. Now let's explore this scientific information. Before we dive into this fruit ranking from number 6 all the way down to number 1, I'd genuinely appreciate it if you'd share something in the comments below. Tell me your age range and whether you experience leg heaviness, cramping episodes, chilled toes, or that persistent tingling sensation. I carefully review every contribution on this channel, and your responses inform the content I create that genuinely serves people managing these conditions. Just take 30 seconds and participate below. Let's start at number 6. And don't let the position mislead you. This fruit is absolutely remarkable. We're beginning with the pomegranate. Now, I recognize some of you might have encountered pomegranate information previously, possibly on packaging or in passing during other wellness presentations. What remains unexplained for most people is how remarkably and deliberately this fruit addresses the fundamental mechanism behind aging circulation decline. Understanding what occurs within your body past age 60 is essential. The tissue lining your blood vessels, referred to as the endothelium, a single-cell layer governing blood pressure, clotting, and vessel flexibility, begins functioning improperly. Professionals at Cleveland Clinic refer to this as endothelial dysfunction. By age 75, the specialized cells lining leg vessels produce approximately 40% less nitric oxide compared to age 50. Reduced nitric oxide produces stiffer, more constricted passages. Restricted passages mean diminished circulation to your feet, your shin muscles, your thigh area. This is the foundation of discomfort, soreness, sensation loss, and cold extremities. Pomegranate carries among the greatest concentrations of punicalagin, which your intestinal bacteria transform into urolithin A. Research published in the European Journal of Nutrition examined 66 individuals older than 60 across 12 weeks. Those consuming pomegranate regularly demonstrated 32% better vascular function relative to the control population. That represents essentially recovering years of arterial vitality. Urolithin A additionally triggers mitophagy, essentially your body eliminating malfunctioning mitochondria and substituting them with fresh, superior versions. Following age 65, this mechanism substantially decelerates, and accumulating defective mitochondrial structures represents a key explanation for why older legs feel exhausted and weighted. Practically consume roughly half a cup of fresh pomegranate seeds or 8 ounces of unmodified pomegranate liquid daily. Avoid juice mixtures containing additional sweeteners. Optimal absorption happens in the morning on an unoccupied stomach. For exceptional combination outcomes, pair pomegranate with modest extra virgin oil. The organic substances in oil markedly enhance punicalagin uptake, and these compounds collectively diminish artery stiffness more powerfully than independently. Incorporate both into unsweetened yogurt each morning. Individuals following this approach describe noticeable leg comfort changes within approximately 4 to 6 weeks. Moving to number 5, this one genuinely excites me every instance I discuss it because it's simultaneously delectable and remarkably underappreciated. Number 5 is watermelon. I had one patient, Victoria, 71, from Tampa, Florida. She sought my assistance because shopping caused her shin muscles to tighten painfully. She'd been experiencing activity-related leg cramping from inadequate perfusion for 3 years. Medical professionals had suggested medication represented her singular solution. I recommended implementing a comprehensive strategy, incorporating several items on this list, focusing on watermelon. After 8 weeks, she phoned to report completing an entire shopping complex walk for the very first time in nearly 4 years, not through any pharmaceutical, but through her nutritional selections. Watermelon represents among the most abundant dietary origins of L-Citrulline, an organic compound possessing exceptional characteristics. Upon consumption, your kidneys transform it into L-arginine, the substrate your vascular tissue utilizes to generate nitric oxide. Essentially, L-Citrulline operates as a sustained action generator for the molecule circulation requires most. This matters significantly past 60 because our capacity to uptake L-arginine directly from meals substantially diminishes, yet the L-citrulline transformation pathway continues working efficiently. Investigators at the University of Arkansas discovered that watermelon consumption elevated L-arginine availability by 22% among mature individuals exhibiting prior circulation limitations. A 2021 research initiative at Florida State University, released in the American Journal of Hypertension, discovered that postmenopausal women utilizing watermelon extract across 6 weeks experienced meaningful reduction in primary aortic pressure and vascular hardening relative to the comparison population. Watermelon's value for older individuals includes its 92% fluid composition, simultaneously moisturizing blood and decreasing thickness, facilitating simpler movement via narrowed paths. Inadequate hydration remains one of the most neglected elements in older circulation difficulties, and watermelon handles this concurrent with nitric oxide generation. Focus on 2 servings daily and attempt consuming the pale internal layer, where L-Citrulline concentration stands highest. Combining watermelon with ground pepper proves ideal. Pepper's active ingredient magnifies nutrient absorption significantly. Basic seasoning across sliced watermelon creates meaningful enhancement. Consume mid-morning, roughly 2 hours following your initial consumption, for greatest uptake. Number 4, frequently recognized but seldom prepared optimally or consumed at strategic intervals, is blueberries. Before sharing the investigation, allow me to recount David, 68, from Charlotte, North Carolina, previously an energetic amateur athlete. Upon reaching 65, he developed what he termed deceased leg sensation along one side following minimal walking. His physician identified no structural issue, no thrombus, nothing explaining symptoms. What David possessed, as I detailed, was microcirculation deterioration affecting the minute blood channel systems inside leg muscle. Half yearly into a focused nutritional adjustment, placing blueberries in his breakfast routine, David participated in his initial 5K since retirement. He transmitted a finisher photograph I maintain displayed on my professional wall. Blueberries display the greatest anthocyanin density among standard fruits. These coloring molecules perform like precision anti-inflammatory substances affecting vessel linings. Investigation within the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics examined 168 postmenopausal participants ingesting 1 serving of blueberries over 8 weeks, discovering 22% improvement in arterial function and 12% pressure decrease. What makes blueberries distinctly powerful for individuals beyond 60 involves their connection with age-related vessel inflammation. Post-65, a molecule termed nuclear factor kappa B, fundamentally an inflammation controller in vascular passages, gets perpetually engaged. Envision a vehicle alarm that continues indefinitely. This persistent mild inflammation hardens vessel structures and leaves tiny capillaries throughout legs progressively non-productive. Investigation from King's College London demonstrates anthocyanins from blueberries suppress this inflammatory sequence, enabling compromised capillary systems to incrementally regain capabilities throughout weeks and months. 1 serving of wild variants represents the research-supported quantity. Wild varieties contain nearly double the anthocyanin levels of cultivated types, and frozen preserves this quality while being more budget-friendly. Combining blueberries with vitamin C from complete sources, including modest citrus or kiwi fruit, yields greatest synergy. Vitamin C restores quercetin, functioning alongside anthocyanins, protecting nitric oxide loss before reaching leg circulation. This combination produces intensified advantages neither independently attains. Right at this moment, before entering our Elite 3, I want to express something briefly. Should this information prove beneficial, subscribe immediately and thumbs up this presentation. 2 seconds minimum, but tremendous assistance reaching older populations experiencing your circumstances. I concentrate on delivering legitimate, evidence-grounded wellness guidance to those requiring it most, and your participation makes that achievable. Gratitude. We proceed to number 3, a fruit with documentation spanning above 4,000 years, representing therapeutic application, though contemporary Western practitioners disregarded it for decades. Number 3 is the deep purple grape. Specifically, varieties generating maximum concentrations of resveratrol and oligomeric proanthocyanidins, abbreviated as OPCs, representing some of the most potent blood vessel safeguards identified in nature. I want you recognizing something about aging impacts on venous flaps in leg vein systems, contrasting your arteries containing muscular barriers producing circulation force. Vein progression relies on minuscule single-direction flaps, preventing backward movement into lower extremities. Approaching age 60, these flaps weaken. Structural components keeping them securely sealed lose suppleness. Blood subsequently accumulates within lower legs, creating puffiness, prominent vein developments, perpetual weighted discomfort, and occasionally precarious clotting. This valve weakening results from oxidative destruction and inflammatory procedures attacking the fibrous material of venous passages. Investigation at the University of Bordeaux, appearing in the Phlebology publication, discovered that concentrated grapeseed extract containing OPCs from deep purple varieties elevated vein function and decreased lower extremity swelling triggered by vessel deterioration by 41% among individuals surpassing 60 following 8 weeks. Scientists noted that OPCs apparently directly reinforce collagen organizations within venous passages, paralleling steel-reinforced structures, supporting aged vein reclamation of functional design. I worked with Eleanor, 73, from Seattle, Washington, experiencing significant prolonged venous dysfunction across 6 years. Afternoon lower leg bloating had essentially eliminated public outings. Following trio months incorporating daily deep purple grape consumption alongside suggested elevation movements, her lower limb puffiness diminished remarkably, and her family personally expressed appreciation. Eleanor mentioned putting on open-toed footwear for the very first time in 4 years. This reflects the life-quality transformation we discuss. Consuming 1 serving of deep purple or Concord varieties daily supplies significant quantities. Consuming the seeds, if tolerable, or selecting juice formulated from Concord grapes without additions proves optimal. Skin and seed portions contain the concentrated compounds. Pairing grapes with nutritious fats, including modest nut portions, since OPCs require fat for appropriate assimilation, creates better outcomes. Number 2 is a fruit I nearly guarantee medical professionals have cautioned against. Guidance provided regarding this particular variety for older populations, specifically those controlling glucose, has generated such reservations that numerous mature individuals eliminated it completely. By removing this, they inadvertently discarded among their strongest circulatory nutrition sources. Number 2 is the date. An investigation concerning dates relating to circulation and vascular function in mature populations demonstrates extraordinary and nearly universally overlooked outcomes. Dates represent perhaps the most plentiful nutritional resources of quercetin, a flavonoid substance. Investigation thoroughly examined quercetin's capacity, suppressing an enzyme termed ACE, angiotensin-converting enzyme. ACE constitutes the enzyme that regularly prescribed blood pressure classifications, particularly ACE suppressors, intend to inhibit. Excessive ACE provokes vessel restriction, boosts pressure, and diminishes body circulation, signifying reduced delivery to peripheral tissues like legs, toes, and feet. Natural quercetin from dates performs significant ACE suppressing activity without pharmaceutical adverse reactions. Investigation presented in Nutrients from scientists at the University of Athens discovered individuals surpassing 60 ingesting dates regularly demonstrated vascular inflammation, indicators 38% decreased versus age-similar populations avoiding them. Scientists similarly mentioned that the digestible fiber in dates, specifically pectin, produces direct vessel relaxation among microscopic arterial muscle, essentially enabling these passages to widen, permitting greater circulation. Specifically for individuals surpassing 70, dates offer further remarkable advantages. Following 70, regulatory capacity for homocysteine, an organic compound that, when elevated, directly damages arterial walls, substantially weakens. Dates represent among the uncommon fruits containing important quantities of vitamin B6 plus folic nutrient, both essential for homocysteine processing and preservation within safe parameters. Consume 2 to 3 fresh varieties daily, or 4 to 5 dehydrated alternatives when new selections remain unavailable. Select dehydrated selections containing no additional sugars or preservatives. Incorporate unsweetened pumpkin seeds since they're magnesium abundant and magnesium functions as organic calcium regulation, additionally loosening vessel construction and intensifying quercetin's enzyme suppression. Scientific citations appear in the description allowing physician evaluation. We've reached it. Number 1, the supreme circulation advancing fruit for mature leg wellness. As guaranteed initially, this genuinely might astonish you. Number 1 is decidedly not unique superfood, requiring online acquisition or specialty location visits. Number 1 is the Tart Cherry, specifically Montmorency cultivars, and the investigation showing this fruit's circulatory transformation is sufficiently convincing that major healthcare institutions have initiated formal investigations, implementing it therapeutically for peripheral circulation limitation, among the most frequent and disabling conditions impacting older populations. Permit me recounting Marcus. Marcus, 67, a previous military serviceman from Phoenix, Arizona, approached me following a circulatory expert noting his circulation index, quantifying lower leg blood delivery, remained insufficient, identifying him as experiencing serious circulation limitation. He received notification of probable intervention requirements within 2 years. Marcus wasn't prepared accepting that conclusion. I suggested implementing a strategy emphasizing tart cherries combined with additional wellness modifications, which he implemented thoroughly. 14 months afterward, his revision blood circulation measurement demonstrated sufficient improvement that his circulation specialist named it using his language an unanticipated result. Marcus termed it remarkable. I termed it technological advancement. Recognizing why tart cherries established their individual classification, they encompass beyond 17 distinct inflammatory reducing components, most extensively examined being anthocyanins, comparable to blueberries, yet at quantities occasionally triple to quintuple higher in certain varieties. Important investigation appearing in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition from investigators at the University of Michigan established that everyday consumption of tart cherry liquid across 28 days decreased pair of significant vascular inflammation markers, interleukin-1 beta, additionally tumor, necrosis factor alpha, by 47 plus 52% respectively. These represent the specified inflammatory mediators that, when persistently high, drive arterial deposit generation and expansion, creating leg circulation restriction. Nevertheless, here represents tart cherry's deeper significance for mature populations. Exceeding 65, a body chemical termed myeloperoxidase, made by immune structures, begins functioning excessively. When myeloperoxidase functions excessively, it transforms high-concentration helpful cholesterol, HDL, into a configuration-damaging vascular construction rather than supporting it. Specialists at Johns Hopkins University recognize this as substantial, frequently disregarded circulatory aging promoters. Tart cherries contain an uncommon compound termed chlorogenic acid that distinctly restrains myeloperoxidase surplus, defending your vessels from this counterproductive immune activity. No competing typical fruit demonstrates comparable concentration on this specific functional pathway. Tart cherries additionally contain biological melatonin, tremendously important for circulation, since melatonin transcends mere rest regulation. It represents potent arterial protection, supporting body circulation rhythm balance. Numerous older individuals experience perilous pressure increases during early morning hours, intensifying vascular harm progressively. Evening tart cherry liquid has demonstrated smoothing these nighttime pressure designs, minimizing accumulated strain on leg channels at peak vulnerability hours, per Louisiana State investigation. Furthermore, tart cherries contain cyanidin 3-glucoside triggering SIRT1, signifying longevity genes. SIRT1 stimulation promotes nascent capillary network creation within tissue via angiogenesis, essentially your body's indigenous circulation establishment capacity, bypassing compromised or constricted channels. Beyond 75, this competency declines roughly 35% compared to earlier existence, and tart cherries represent minimal meals, restoring it among mature populations. Utilize 8 ounces of complete tart cherry liquid twice, morning and around 1 hour preceding sleep for maximal circulatory advantage. Fresh or preserved Montmorency cherries at 1 serving accomplish equivalent therapeutic threshold. Never select treated mixtures. Container information should specify 100% tart cherry liquid without additives. Ultimate combination involves morning tart cherry consumption alongside deep purple selections or modest pomegranate quantity. Combined anthocyanin and punicalagin generates intensified inflammatory reduction and nitric oxide generation, surpassing solitary selections. All citations appear in descriptions, and I encourage physician evaluation. Now, speaking directly, not as practitioner, but someone who sat beside numerous individuals decades long, witnessing what happens, receiving appropriate direction and apparatus. A destructive narrative persists, suggesting aging mandates deterioration, that weighted legs, movement-related soreness, nocturnal cold sensations, stair difficulty constituting inevitable aging. I challenge this using complete force. Investigation doesn't justify it. My encountered populations don't justify it. Today's fruits categorically don't justify it. You aren't dysfunctional. Circulation isn't incurable. Movement capacity, confidence, independence, perpetually improvable with suitable nutritional sources. Victoria from Tampa completing shopping facility passages, David from Charlotte completing his 5K, Eleanor from Seattle wearing sandals finally, Marcus from Phoenix surpassing vessel predictions. Authentic individuals, no limitation acceptance produce their transformations. Recognition of perpetual possibility accomplish that. Not 60, not 70, not 80, never too advanced. Each moment generates selections moving forward or backward functionally, most powerful occurring thrice daily consumption moments. Commence with today's recommendations, starting now. Your circulation, legs, every future version sustaining independence, appreciate this. Subscribe, should you haven't. Activate notification preferences, preventing content omission. I distribute weekly presentations specifically for individuals 60 plus meriting truthful, investigation-grounded wellness guidance, creating genuine wellness change. Comment presently. State your demographic. Express which selections surprised you. Declare whether implementing weekly modifications. I genuinely examine each response, guiding subsequent material. Forever prioritize personal wellness. Your best resource remains self-health commitment. Until upcoming presentation encounter.